Hi guys, I'm Ashish and this is my channel Medivac India. And today we are going to discuss the lecture based on the kingdom system. As you all know, we are in through the lecture series of animal diversity and we have covered three topics. That was basically the basics and some terminologies we discussed, nomenclature type, the principles on which the classification is done, all we have discussed so far. But now the question comes, if suppose we are going to classify organisms into different categories, then what will be those categories? So this was a big question mark among the scientists who were working on in the field of taxonomy. So guys, what happened? Suppose if you are going to classify organisms, suppose you have found some organisms and you are going to classify them into certain categories or certain system. System is something where you find the hierarchy in any system. Suppose administrative system of police, you get a hierarchy like DM के नीचे फिर उसके बाद सब इंस्पेक्टर फिर कांस्टेबल एंड ऑल. So guys, there is a system and in system there is a hierarchy. So what happens, this system in taxonomy can be of different types. It can be empire, or it can be domain, and the third thing is kingdom. So guys, it can be of different types given the scientists who are working in this area have given different like system to classify the organism. But what happened, they all got rejected one by one and the most accepted among all those were the kingdom system. So guys, empire system, domain system and kingdom system, these three were the biological system in which the organization or you can say the classification of the organisms can be done in the field of taxonomy. So guys, अब क्या बात आती है? अब बात आती है कि we have done so far like classification and all. तब उसका क्या इफेक्ट होगा? इफेक्ट क्या होगा मतलब कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कैसे होगी जो एनिमल्स हैं उससे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आप कैसे बताओगे? तो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स विल बी ऑल बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन प्रिंसिपल्स, सर्टेन लाइक यू कैन से फैक्टर्स ऑन विच द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर डन. सो फार suppose in detail we are going to study the kingdom system because kingdom system is most accepted, most widely used, you can say the biological system in which the organization or the classification of organism is done. So guys, in kingdom system there are certain factors on which the classification is done and those factors are basically based on the two things. First is the cellular characteristics and the second one is based on the mode of nutrition or you can say the methods of nutrition. Nutrition is something where you get the nourishment like suppose in case of man you are ingesting some food items like suppose rice, pulses, all you are eating and then what happened, the assimilation and absorption is done and you get the energy. So the nutrition is something from where you get the energy. So guys, when we talk of nutrition can be of different types in animals. Suppose there are few certain animals who are like self-dependent. They are preparing their own food. So those animals who are or plants who are preparing their own food are known as autotrophic. Autotrophs or autotrophic. And the second one is heterotrophic. So guys, there are two modes of nutrition. First one is the autotrophic and second one is the heterotrophic. Autotrophics are those animals who are preparing their own food. They are not dependent on other food, animals or plants. And the heterotrophic are those organisms or plants, you can say, who are depending on other for their nutrition. So guys, when we further going to classify autotrophic can be seen into two categories. First is the chemoautotroph. Chemoautotrophs are animals who are directly consuming the chemicals, organic or inorganic, doesn't matter, from the environment and they are utilizing themselves these chemicals for the assimilation of or you can say for the anabolism of ATP or energy. So guys, autotrophic and photosynthetic. Photosynthetic, as you all know, most of the plants are photosynthetic. Photosynthetic means they do not utilize chemicals directly but they require photons for activation of those chemicals to be assimilated and absorbed. This is photosynthesis. in case of photosynthetic. Photosynthetic also again can be of two different types, that will be like photoorganic synthetic and photoinorganic synthetic. So guys, these are the broad categories of autotrophic animals. Again, we are going to see the heterotrophic organisms, then we can be of two different types. First one is, suppose, saprophytic. Saprophytic are those organisms who directly absorb nutrition from the dead matters. The second one is, suppose, symbiosis. Symbiosis is something where you are cooperating with the other organism or animals or you plants, and then you get the nutrition in association with them. So this is a mutual benefit kind of thing. So guys, there are broad categories of heterotrophic nutrition. If you want to know, the consumers are also known as the heterotrophic nutrition. So all animals who are depending on the other person or other, you can say, organism, then it can be known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. We are also doing heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and it comes under ingestion. So ingestion is another kind of heterotrophic nutrition in which the mammals basically, or you can say all the like kind of vertebrates, they fall into these categories. These are seen in the unicellular organisms mostly. So guys, let's discuss what were the classification system and how they evolved. Like first, what happened when the area of knowledge was very low, or you can say when there were no perception about the organisms and microscopic organisms basically. Then there were only two categories of like organisms, and then they were known as the empire. तो क्या हुआ कि एम्पायर जो है वो पहले आया, लोग पहले क्या करते थे, एम्पायर नाम से जानते थे, फिर बाद में उनको किंगडम बनाया. तो एम्पायर में देयर वर टू काइंड ऑफ एम्पायर basically in the initial stage of the, like you can say in 17th 18th century was the first when people started gathering the information about the organisms and plants in and around their environment. So at that time in 17th or 18th century, you will say, in 18th century what happened, Linnaeus came, who gave the binomial nomenclature. Linnaeus came and Linnaeus gave the two kingdom classification where he introduced two empire, and that were Animalia and Vegetabilia. What did Vegetabilia? So guys, these were two broad classes in which the organism, in which the plants and animals were classified. There are only plants and animals, no idea about the microscopic organisms. So guys, Animalia and Vegetabilia are the two broad empires which was introduced by Linnaeus. Second came Haeckel. So Haeckel was the first who gave the three kingdom classification. In three kingdom classification, besides these, they were and another kind of organisms, and that were Protista. So guys, what they did, they have given Protista, Animalia, and Plantae. There were three broad kingdoms based on the structure and function. So guys, the third number was given by the Copeland. Copeland is known for the introduction of Monera. Monera, that is bacteria class. Phylum. So guys, Copeland, who introduced, see what happened, Haeckel introduced Protista, Copeland introduced Monera. So Monera plus these three. That is the four kingdom classification. It was three kingdom classification. This is very important to know. Who gave the three kingdom classification, who introduced Protista, who gave the four kingdom classification, KC I am writing short form, four kingdom classification, and who gave the five kingdom classification, who gave the six kingdom classification. Then came with the five kingdom classification, which was given by Whittaker. As you all know, Whittaker gave the 5 kingdom classification in which they introduced fungi. So fungi was the last thing which was discovered. Fungi plus all these 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4. He gave the 5 kingdom classification. So 5 kingdom classification was given by Whittaker, who introduced fungi or discovered fungi, as you can say. So guys, questions from here can come from these 3 who introduced Monera, Protista and fungi, and who gave the 4 kingdom, 3 kingdom and 5 kingdom classification. 6 kingdom classification is also now into existence, and it was given by Woos. Woos gave the 6 kingdom classification, in which what they do, they have divided Monera into 2 groups. First, Archaea. Archaea is nothing but the archaeobacteria, Archaea bacteria you will say. These are the ancient bacteria found in the universe. So Archaea and Eubacteria. Archaea is very different in texture and function with the bacteria. Eubacteria and Archaea were derived from Monera by the Woos, and they gave the 6 kingdom classification. For these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So guys, these 6 kingdom classification came into existence, and this was given by Carl Woos. 6 kingdom classification. But now, in 1999, you will say, Woos and Fox, he was working in 1990s. Again, he along with Fox, Woos and Fox, gave the 3 domain classification. He again came with that. You all know कि domain पहले क्या था? Domain था, but what happened? Domain was had demerits and it was like fall off. But in 20th century के last में, 21st 28th century के last में, again 3 domain classification came into existence. 3 domain classification came into existence, and it was based on like Archaea, Eubacteria and Eukarya. What happened? All the eukaryotic organisms were kept in the Eukarya, and Archaea and Eubacteria were like here. Archaea plus Eubacteria, Archaea, Eubacteria and Eukarya. These 3 were the domains in which they classified actually Woos and Fox. Woos and Fox in 1999. 1997 में शायद Woos ने they gave the 6 kingdom classification. But 3 domain classification is also important in point of view from the examination. But it's not like much important. But you can remember all these 4 things: first, second, third, fourth, and the introduction of all these animals, and the classification like 3 kingdom classification, 4, 5 and 6 kingdom classification. Please note down these all things. These are very important. And now we will go to the comparison of organisms based on the characteristics. So guys, as I have said that there are 2 factors on which the classification was done of the organism, and that was basically the mode of nutrition and cellular characteristics. So guys, now I am going to draw a table for the comparison of all the kingdoms present in the organism. So guys, let's come up with all 5. Basically, Whittaker classification is very like widely used, and it is widely accepted also. So guys, first the character will be like cellular characteristics and mode of nutrition and the mode of reproduction. These 4 things I'll consider here for the comparison. But always remember, there were 2 things on which Whittaker gave the classification system, 5 classification system or 5 kingdom system. was given by Whittaker, and Whittaker classification is basically based on the cellular characteristics and the second mode of nutrition. But finally, we also will compare these three. Third number thing, that is the mode of reproduction. Mode of reproduction is very necessary. Reproduction is very necessary for survival. So we will discuss about the mode of reproduction also. So guys, first thing, cellular characteristic, and let's talk about Monera 5 kingdom classification. This is 5 kingdom classification given by Whittaker. So guys, this is the actual comparison which was done by the Whittaker for comparing the Monera, Protista, fungi and plantae and animals. Plants and animals. So guys, these actual classification was done by Whittaker, and in cellular characteristic, the first thing comes into our mind is the cellularity. Cellularity is, here it is unicellular. Unicellular organism. Protista are also unicellular organism. But from fungi, we see multicellularity. Multicellular and multicellular. So we have talked about cellularity. First thing was cellularity. Note down cellularity. Second was nuclear envelope, or you can say compartmentalization. For compartmentalization, the term was prokaryotic and eukaryotic. The only Monera was prokaryotes. Again, all were eukaryotes. Eukaryotes and eukaryotes. The third thing was cell wall, which was taken into consideration for the cellular characteristic, and cell wall was like in Monera, it was of non-cellulosic. You all know peptidoglycans and all that make up the Monera cell wall, and peptidoglycan and glucosamine, all these things make up the Monera cell wall. So guys, in Protista, it was found of various textures. In Protista, it was of various textures, like polysaccharides also contributed in these things, and derived. So various types of cell wall was found in Protista, but in fungi it was mainly of chitin and non-cellulosic. In plants, it was of cellulosic origin with some polysaccharides. Cellulosic cell wall. Here, cellulosic cell wall was found in plants, and in animals there were no cell wall. क्या हुआ? Cell wall animals में नहीं है, all में. So guys, when we talk about mode of nutrition, तो mode of nutrition आपको बताया कि दो तरह के होते हैं, ऑटोट्रॉपिक एंड हेटरोट्रॉपिक. ऑटोट्रॉपिक में दो तरह हो गए थे, एंड फिर जाके हेटरोट्रॉपिक के बहुत सारे वेरिएंट्स थे. सिम्बायोटिक बोल सकते हो आप, सेप्रोफाइटिक बोल सकते हो, कंज्यूमर्स बोल सकते हो, बहुत सारे हैं. ठीक है. तो मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन में बेसिकली हियर इन Monera you will see heterotrophic and ऑटोट्रॉफिक. ऑटोट्रॉफिक में बेसिकली यहाँ पे जो आपको मिलते हैं वो कीमोऑटोट्रॉफ्स मिलते हैं. फोटोऑटोट्रॉफ भी थोड़े थोड़े हैं, साइनोबैक्टीरिया वगैरह. तो गाइज, heterotrophic and autotrophic, these are the two modes of nutrition which is found in Monera. Again in Protista heterotrophic and basically through photosynthetic or you can say photoautotrophs, photoautotrophism. तो यहां पे heterotrophic and photoautotrophs with some are heterotrophic and autotrophic both autotrophic with photoautotrophs. तो गाइस हेटरोट्रॉफिक भी पाए जाते हैं, ऑटोट्रॉफिक भी पाए जाते हैं प्रोटिस्टेंस, बट व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन ऑटोट्रॉफिक एंड लाइक हियर ऑटोट्रॉफ में, यहाँ पे ऑटोट्रॉफ दोनों तरह के होंगे, हेटरोट्रॉफ भी दोनों तरह के होंगे, और यहाँ पे जो ऑटोट्रॉफ होगा दैट इज अ फोटो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. इन फंजाई हेटरोट्रॉफ्स बेसिकली हेटरोट्रॉफ्स होते हैं एंड दीज हेटरोट्रॉफ्स आर ऑफ सेप्रोफाइटिक ऑरिजिन. जहां पे क्या करते हैं वो डेड मैटर से एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं फूड को. तो दैट इज एक्चुअली सेप्रोफाइटिक एंड सम आर ऑल्सो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. कुछ ऑटोट्रॉफ्स ही पाए जाते हैं फंजाई. ऑल फंजाई आर नॉट heterotrophs but some are autotrophs also. In plants, as you all know, they are autotrophs and all are photoautotrophs. But animals are what? Animals are heterotrophic with ingestion अप्रोच होता है इनका. जो ये फूड है उसको क्या करते हैं अपने माउथ या फिर माउथ जैसे स्ट्रक्चर से क्या करते हैं इनगल्फ कर लेते हैं. तो ये हो गया. फिर वी विल टॉक अबाउट द मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन. तो मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन में इन मोनोडन इट वाज फाउंड ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स एज यू ऑल नो. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, कंजुगेशन एंड ट्रांसडक्शन. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, conjugation and transduction. These were the three kind of modes of reproduction which was found in bacteria or Monera. So guys, in Monera it was meiosis. Protista it was meiosis and spores. Meiotic spores were the main contributing thing for reproduction. Again in fungi it was meiotic spores and fertilization. यहां पे भी meiosis and fertilization, again meiosis and fertilization, और यहां पे भी meiosis and fertilization. So guys, only bacteria was those in which the special type of reproduction was found, like transformation, conjugation, transduction. बाकी सब में meiosis is very important and meiosis is very like a unique feature of these all, because they are eukaryotes. So meiosis becomes important because meiosis is the involvement of nuclei. So guys, please note down all these. This is, I know, very rough handwriting, and this is very important for the examination point of view. So guys, thank you so much for having in the lecture, and thanks.